Why is it awkward every time? Hey, usually I write a lot of notes. I'll show it again, don't worry. Not
Usually
today.
we talk it out a little bit,
Yeah,
but
usually have a whole outline. Yeah, not today. Okay.
sorry, I really like my salad breath is like.
We both have the
Sorry.
same breath, so.
How's it going, you two?
Hey.
We're just gonna let some folks join. I was gonna wave, but it's just.
I like how you call people folks.
Oh,
Uh-oh. That's all right.
it's just.
Hey,
a
Christopher.
little-
Hi, Jesse.
Oh yeah, here we go. I'll do some waving.
Oh, I was like, oh, we joined. No, you were just waving.
Yeah.
Jesse, what are you drinking right now?
Happy Friday, everybody.
Actually, Jesse, what are you doing right now? Her kids go back to school this coming
Ooh.
week. California's
sorry.
crazy. Why are you going back to school already? Hi,
Same
Kelsey.
with like Memphis and everything too. Everybody usually goes back earlier in August, but I think this year they're pushing back because of the world.
I'm sorry. Is there a reason? I don't know.
Oh goodness. Yeah, so we really have no agenda today. We were just gonna get on here and chat. We ended up the grab bags were a lot of fun. Like putting things together and kind of specific to everybody.
It brought out our inner gift givers.
Yeah, for sure.
Coffee, water, rummy cube. Oh yeah, you're living it up your last few days of summer. Good job for you. Why does California start so early?
Yeah.
I'm asking her.
No, but I'm agreeing because it just seems weird. Like they were not all on the same.
Well, in
Schedule.
August, it's just summer still. Weird. She's from the West Coast. She's from around here too, so she knows.
Well, and then I do think that like if we were actually going to school, it would have been nice to start in August because it's good weather. It's not the respiratory season. They could have had classes outside, things like that. But you know,
Oh, well, I mean, we could just say we should just have school all summer long.
she says she doesn't know.
I wish we were after
I don't-
Labor Day. Us too.
That's pretty much my answer for everything right now. I don't know.
We always start before Labor Day, but this year Labor Day is late, so we're starting in September this year, and it's still before Labor Day.
Yeah,
I like that. I hate starting in August.
me too.
I hate that when you take your kids on the first day of school and it's like still warm.
I was gonna say our weather's so different around here. So August is always so beautiful that you would rather be out of school during that before that rainy weather hits. So yeah,
How's your week?
it's fine.
It was your birthday week.
Yeah, it was.
It's her birthday week.
38 great now.
Hi, Kara.
I don't feel any different. I don't feel a
38
day.
and great.
I don't feel a day over 25. I tell everybody that. I really don't. I think I just like stopped right there at 25.
Yeah, I always think of myself as 27.
Mm-hmm.
I realize I'm not anymore. When even masked at a grocery store, I don't get carded for wine. Because of this situation. Everyone's like, those kind of wrinkles cannot be under 21. Even 30. They supposed to card if you're under 30.
Well, then I didn't know how to take it. One day somebody carded me and then she was like, oh.
Oh, Jesse, you're 27 too. Yep.
She was like, oh, you're way older than I thought. I was like, well, it felt weird.
It's
like,
like
it was the way that came out, but
good
I was
and
like, oh, yeah, I'm really old.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ancient.
Oh.
Max was saying something this morning. He was telling our babysitter about something. He goes, yeah, it's like when I hear all the old people say da-da-da, and then she was
Really?
like, well, who are the old people? And he's like, you know, like mom and dad. Oh, we're the really old people.
Yeah.
Hi, Brian.
Oh,
What a party we have going on here.
I know.
And usually we have a lot more planned. Last
true.
week we had our book club, and that, you
Was
guys who weren't part of
amazing.
that was really cool. That was better
Yeah.
than my highest expectation or hope.
She was like really interesting, I thought. I felt like it just made everything more robust, like hearing from the author and kind of learning like what her writing style, the process, kind of her, she's written 8 total novels, and like this was like the first one that really like took off, and I felt there was a little bit of a
Can you even imagine how that would feel if you like,
Yeah.
you know that you're a writer, you're doing it, and everything's going fine because she sold movie rights, right?
Yeah.
She said to Sandra Bullock, so she was getting paid on that too. So she's doing fine, and she's
Which
getting
was
published.
a movie that was never made, and she did drop a hint that the book got picked up by ABC, and that she couldn't put that in writing anywhere, but that it was supposed to be like the This Is Us version for ABC.
The Jet Setters, right? The one we read. Yeah. That'll be really cool.
So that'll be fun if it happens.
She was a fun just contributor to the conversation, though.
Yeah.
And she commented last week when we were talking about our next book, I want to join the book club. And I was like, yes, join the book club.
Yeah.
We would love to hear you talk every week.
It was fun. We also have the candle making workshop coming up next week. Lots of people have already picked up like their boxes. The kits are ready. So we'd love to have you. That was fun. We did a trial with the girls, which you guys probably already saw.
You don't have to have any skills. You only have to be able to lift something out of a microwave with a pot holder and pour with a steady hand. But even I don't do that, so spilling's fine. Wax cleans up really easily, right, Brian? You would expect that it wouldn't, but soy wax really does. What else? You don't have to have skills. You just have to want to say hi and make something that you can be proud of. And people are going to be impressed. I can tell you from experience because I make candles and it's not rocket science. Right, Brian? He says he's doubtful about the cleaning, but it's really easy to clean up. Anyway, people act impressed a lot. And I feel bad taking their impressiveness because it's really easy. So we're really just going to have fun and talk. And
the workshops that we picked were more about like getting together, doing a little mindless work while drinking tea or whatever you want.
Checking in with everyone else.
You joined us 2 different ways there, S.
That's because he clicked out to do something else. And then he had to click back in again. I know because it's happened to me too.
Now we know. And then, so just more like just a reason to be able to all get together and do something fun and different than we would normally. September's workshop is up.
That's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and it's also going to just be one of those things that it's more about being together. But we have everything lined up for the rest of the year. And all I need to do is get photos and info or details, and then those will be up, and you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do if you don't want to do them all. What else?
If you want to join the candle making workshop, there's still time. Not a lot. If you're local, there's time until Wednesday. If you're not local, probably just till about Saturday, I'd say, and then I won't be able to get it to you in time.
Yeah.
But I have been toying around with the idea of just doing like private party workshops. So like if you and your 5 best friends wanted to Zoom together because you haven't seen each other in a while and you want to do something kind of cool to surprise them, we could definitely do this. They're easy to ship.
Yeah. And then like some of them we won't even require, like, still trying to wrap my head around it. Like mine, we're going to do a photography workshop in October. So
you still trying to decide which one it's going to be?
Yeah, well, and I said this over at Hush Revelry. I hadn't said it over here, but I'm trying to let some time go by because I would love to have my annual holiday minis. Those are like my biggest, and everybody loves. That's just like a tradition, amazing. And I would love to still be able to do that, and I'm hoping that I will. I know for sure it'll be outside, and we have to just like go with whatever weather comes our way. If I am not able to, like if things are not looking great in that respiratory season and cases seem to be going up or something, I won't. But I will shift that visual storytelling workshop into a how to up your game with your taking your own family photos, and have a couple of little tools in there for you guys. So it really just depends on what it's looking like, but just know that October will be all about photography, and it can be just as useful for anyone, even a small business or anybody looking to like become cohesive and learn some of my insider behind the scenes knowledge.
I'm taking your workshop again. If it's the visual storytellers, I'm taking it again because I would take it like once a quarter probably because I feel like you can pick up new stuff each time.
Yeah,
but it was immediately applicable. You can immediately start changing and doing things.
Yeah, it's not something that you need a DSLR for. It's like how to take really good photos with an iPhone, and just a lot of
You know, a lot of
resources
good hints about social media too.
Yeah, it's more about like the resources and how to make it a little bit easier and faster, and a lot of things that I have that are plug and play at this point, because we all know that social media, or maybe we don't all know that.
No, we don't.
It's a full-time job. I always tell people
don't know that.
I always wish, like, if you guys don't know this, but like real estate, and know we've got a mortgage person on here as well, and mortgage, you know, I have a real estate license, and I will say the year that I kind of like dedicated to like really diving into that industry, there's some of the biggest like hustlers out there. They know what they're doing. I learned so much that was applicable to my everyday life, to photography business. It doesn't really matter.
It's just business.
I would almost even recommend that you would take, even though you might not be an agent or a broker, you would just go do some, because it's you really get organized. Because I have a lot of people ask me, how do you get so much done in a day? And I'm like, well, it's very, I have a lot lined out. And so I always tell people social media I consider really like in my 2-hour block of lead gen is like really what I would call it. So
that's lead generation or new business building for people who aren't in the biz.
Yeah. Filling that pipeline.
Yeah, you got to keep the work coming in.
Yep. And so, anyways, I didn't mean to go down that road, but
interesting.
But the visual storyteller workshop has a lot of that in there as well, because the visual storytelling is a business.
Well,
for small businesses.
How everything is moving, right?
Yeah.
So it used to be like, I'm a lawyer. It used to be that you really wouldn't advertise at all. Maybe people would put their name in the phone book, or those stupid, I'm sorry if you're a lawyer who has a billboard, but if you got a billboard, yeah, and sometimes maybe that's
or
your
a
thing.
bench.
I don't know.
Like I always think about
a bench, a bus bench,
or the grocery store. You know, like the dividers for when you put your stuff on the. I can't talk.
Or cart. Like the cart
Friday
organizer.
The checkout.
Bringing you clear thoughts since March. That's what we're here to do. Lots of clear thoughts. Anyhow,
yeah.
Even like in the law and stuff, everything is moving that way. A lot of people don't want to think about it or admit it because it's kind of scary. It's kind of a big deal. But really, the sooner that you can embrace it and then just get some of those basic tools, she's really good at providing and breaking down.
I just like to make it streamlined. That's like everything in my life. I try to make it as streamlined as possible. So,
dividers at the checkout to separate your groceries. Yes, that is what you were trying to say. The blocks that you put down.
Well, the word I was trying to think, the belt.
The belt.
Yes.
The conveyor.
The divider that you put on the belt. The conveyor. Wow. Anyways,
thank you guys so much for hanging out with us every week. I can't even
Oh yeah.
I appreciate it. Let's put it that way.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, I appreciate
not being
you.
really clear right now. So
we want more people to join our book club, as always, because you know what? When we like something, we want you to like it too. And the book that we have this month, just really a good book. Really interesting. It's not like some books are really good. Yeah. Literarily really good. And then they're just also really hard to read. So it's hard to read at bedtime before you go to sleep because you keep falling asleep. But this book will just get you from the minute that you start reading it.
Yeah, it's true.
And it is also a great piece of literature.
And I will admit, I was a little hesitant at the very beginning because there's a couple of things that I'm like, But as I got into it, because the story is still good. There's some pieces that are set in the South, and so that for me, I'm like, oh, it's not really like that. But you know, it wasn't enough. It is a good story. Like it is entertaining. It really touches on. I think I said this last week. It really touches on
every single controversial thing that you can think of right now.
Yeah, and
but in a way that you just take it in and accept it and move on.
When you're seeing it, it's written by a Black author, which we said last week, and it is a story that is about kind of really colorism, like more than racism. It's about
for sure
their experience as like a light they're twins, sisters, and they're light skinned, and so just like their life as a light skinned Black American, and so that has just been really interesting to read.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
And then later in the story when it just gets really layered and interesting.
Yeah. And so that's up on the website in the book bag. That's what we're talking about is August book. I guess I'm getting myself confused because we already have all the books picked for the rest of the year, pretty much.
Mostly, yeah.
And September and October is already on their way, and we're trying to make it really applicable to the time and the season and some of the things going on in the world.
September is going to be great and classy and necessary and help all of us. I really hope that you join. But if you do not join October and you're one of us, you're not one of us anymore. You have to do October. Also, October is my birthday month. And the book is just so fun to read. I can't stop.
She's just torturing you with it because we're not going to tell you what it is. Right?
We're not telling you at all.
So
I went to bed early last night, 7:30, because I think I said it online. I feel like I've been hit by a truck lately. I feel much better today. 7:30, laying in bed with my book. Couldn't put it down. My kids kept saying, "You want to just come watch something with us?" Nope. Nope, I don't. I'm going to stay right here.
And for those of you that are on here that have kids, a book that I just finished with mine, it's called Wish Tree. We actually picked it up randomly at a garage sale.
What's the COVID?
I think it was I think it's late to like us being silly.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
These are so delayed. We're sorry, guys. You might have to explain yourself.
I did see the list today. You know how when I'm sorry, we're going to come back to the wish list. I just have to finish this with Christopher. Today, I clicked on one of those random things you're not supposed to click on when you're logging onto your...
7 p.m. bedtime.
Oh, it is the COVID. Yes, and that proves my point here. You know how like you log into MSN or whatever, and then you're going to type something in, but it has all these pop-up like articles that you can click on, and I never click on them, but today was like, university study has found a whole bunch of other symptoms, long haul symptoms of COVID, or like long-term for the year effects of COVID that haven't really been published yet. So I clicked on it, and it was a University of Indiana study, and it was a list like this long, single-spaced of things. It was like tiredness, anxiety, sad thoughts,
like everything,
sore throat, lump in your throat, eye problems, skin problems, like all these different things. And I was like, I had COVID.
Like anytime you start, you like sneeze in the grocery store right now, and everybody looks at you, and you're like, it's allergies.
Well, when I was feeling bad, like the last
I have my
days,
mask on, but still,
I'm not getting COVID, but like because of this time, you're like, did I get something? Did I get it? Yes. Yes. I think we've all had it. Especially when it was like shortness of breath, and then all the sad thoughts and the bad dreams and all that stuff. And I was like, every day since March 16th have I had these symptoms.
But I'm like, that's like your stress response too. Those are all symptoms of like stress. The way your body handles stress. Yep. And so like I just still blame it on COVID. Still symptoms.
Well, either way, whether you actually
have it or not,
positive for it or not, it still is a byproduct of COVID.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go back. We're gonna go way back.
Oh, I was just saying
to
Wish Tree.
Why did that do that?
What did it do? I didn't see. So Wish Tree, I found it. We got it at like a yard sale last year or something crazy, and it just happened to be sitting. They had gotten some books out and happened to be sitting on the table at lunch, and I just started reading it. I don't really know why.
You were called.
I was
to read it,
and I got in, and I was like, "This is really good. Like for adults, just the message in the book and the way it's written, and for kids to be able to understand, and it's so applicable to like right now and like things that are going on." And I was just like, wow. So we ended up reading it together all the way to the end, just because I had like a highlighter out and was highlighting stuff all through it. So if you're looking for something to read and with your kids, I highly recommend it. Wish Tree. You can get it on Amazon.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, it's good. Pass them along if anybody wants it.
We're here for a lot of free ideas.
Yeah, like for entertaining purposes. Just trying to think of things to make it current mood in the house is just rearranging everything to prepare for school.
Yep.
We came to terms with that a lot sooner than I think others did because I pulled the plug and was like, I'm just gonna homeschool.
Well, now everyone's in the same boat, which I was talking to a friend this week.
Don't go to IKEA. They have nothing.
Don't even go there.
Nothing. Like,
save yourself the trip.
Yeah.
Because she went and spent 3 hours itemizing everything she needed. You know what that's like there.
And got to the warehouse and there was nothing on the shelf.
I can't even imagine that feeling of just like, I just spent 5 hours.
Well, and then I could see the displays and there was enough of what I needed. And I was like, can I just have that? And,
no, you can't.
No.
You can't buy the display. She's like, why? And I told her, because they would have nothing in the store. Like, I'm the queen of stating the obvious thing. My sister always says that. Like, you don't need to say that. Everyone knows that part already. Yeah. Oh.
So.
Hey, Brian, don't. If you get home before me, I hope you don't, but please just stay out of the hallway that has the closet in it. The office. Stay out of the hallway that has the office in it. I started a little rearranging project today. And I didn't have time to finish it.
Well, it's always way worse. Like, when you start cleaning out, it's like way worse at the beginning.
That's what I said this morning to the kids. It always gets worse before it gets better. And it has to really blow up before it can get put together neatly.
And that's what happened at my house this past week.
Is it still like that, or did it get...
Oh, it's coming together. Yeah. Feels a lot better. And now that, like, actual Goodwill is open, I was able to, drop stuff off. Anyways.
If only Goodwill was open in the hearts of man. It's the COVID talking.
Man's trying to get deep over here. So, we'll give a hint. What's next week?
Are we going to give a hint?
Yeah. Cleansing.
I think it's about acceptance. And then...
Cleansing.
Cleaning out the demons.
Exactly.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, I had a crazy netball idea that I dragged Paige into. So it'll be an Enlight / Hey Darlin co-hosted pop-up event next week.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to just fill my driveway with candles because there's a lot of them. And we're going to bring some of our stuff from Hey Darlin there too. Some of the fun stuff. And
because really what we were running into, so on Thursdays, the farmers market is going on, and they really invited a lot of businesses to come outside on that day so that you kind of catch all of the people downtown walking around for the market. And of course, we're in this building that we can't be in the parking lot. But
you guys have seen the parking lot, right?
Yeah.
It's shaped like
this,
which is a weird
Well,
shape for a parking lot.
We're not the only one in this building,
No.
so it's not like we have certain parking spaces that are assigned us that we can block even. But then we did find out that there's like a encroachment on permit that you can get for the right of way right now that they're giving everybody a pass on. So if anybody's a business in Gig Harbor, just so you know. So I spent yesterday trying to get that permit, or at least get on the phone with somebody with that. We all know how that goes when you get on the phone with the government of any sort. And so she was like, let's just do it in my driveway. So we're gonna
pop up. Probably I'm gonna structure it with like 10-minute appointments for people, so you know what time to show up, because only one family grouping in the driveway at a time. Wear a mask. I don't know, whatever. But I have all kinds of stuff from the studio to put out. Stuff that's interesting and fun, seasonal, different, some lemon type things. Not lemon the scent, lemon the problem. But they'll be like $1.
So a sale. You're going to get a sale.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring some of the Hey Darlin stuff over, especially when it comes, we really want to circle back and reemphasize the, the wine tumblers, which are a fundraiser for domestic violence. And we really want to kick that back into motion. We have sold quite a bit, but our goal was like 120. So
it was lofty.
And they're online, so you can purchase it that way, or you can come by and pick up some stuff. Maybe get a candle.
Well, maybe if you come by to pick up a wine tumbler, maybe something might find its way into your glass while you're in the driveway. I don't know. You only have 10 minutes. It's gonna be quick, but
might find something in there.
We're quick.
Quick. Yeah, so that'll be fun. And what else?
I don't know. I really don't know.
What's going on with you guys? What are
We're
y'all
just
up
gonna
to?
wait here
so that we can be entertained. What can we be doing?
What are you guys doing tonight?
Yeah. This weekend.
You don't.
While
have
you're
a session.
answering, I feel like my weekends have been full of work. Like, lots of sessions. This is my busiest time, and also trying to get everybody through before we start school.
Kate was looking at a tentative schedule from our school this morning, and she was talking loudly about it, and Max was in the other room and goes, "Stop talking about school. It's summer." I'm like,
It's hard. We're getting lots of emails already. Like, you're like,
We did get the notice, though, they don't have to wear a uniform on Zoom.
ours
Cool.
do.
Thanks.
Well, not
they
for
do?
us, but St. Nick's, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That was a requirement.
Oh, jeez. Come on. I would have protested so hard. There's no way. Get that tiny little polo shirt over your head, Max. I'm not buying you any new ones.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, nobody's going to go out and spend money on new fitting, like, uniforms.
And no plaids. Come on.
Yeah.
One polo shirt.
You're going to be lucky if my kid's hair is brushed by the time
I
they
know,
get to
Julie.
the
He's got the
computer.
best attitude.
Yes.
He also
That's
said we
my
have a
attitude.
whole month left. And I said yes, even though we don't. Yes, you do, Max. You have a whole month left. Because I felt like I would like to think we have a whole month left, too.
Yeah. In their minds, it's like a long time. Because I can remember thinking that when I was younger. I was always ready to get back to school, like the nerd that I am.
I was, too. I really liked school
I
supplies.
missed my friends. Like, I was just, like, ready to...
You know me, I didn't, but... but I wanted some new pencils, so... And I wanted to raise my hand. No, I'm just kidding. I was never a hand raiser. Because
weren't?
When you're an introvert, you don't speak up in class. Even when someone pronounces your name wrong, a teacher, for an entire year, you don't correct them. Because I'm scared.
I was a teacher's pet.
I bet you were. Yeah, I bet you were.
I was not that person that would hold you over in class, though, with their questions. You know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about. Girl, I went
Like,
to law
like,
school.
oh
Do
my
you know what
gosh.
people are like at law school?
Yes, they
are the worst.
The new school supplies are the best.
They are the best. Yeah.
The shiny pencils and all the fancy notebooks. But, like, when we were younger, I feel like it was a lot more fun.
Trapper Keepers? Remember the Trapper Keepers? And the lunch boxes with
Lisa
pictures
Frank.
on them? Oh, Lisa
yeah.
Frank. Mm-hmm.
I mean... And then our schools are like, oh, you have to have a red folder and a yellow folder. And
he called you Kara instead of Kara for 3 years. Yeah, that's like my science teacher in middle school who called me Brianna for an entire year. And at the very last day of school, one of my friends was like, do you know her name's Brianne? It was during roll call. And I turned beet red and was sweaty. And he got pissed because he didn't know that my name was Brianne and he'd said it wrong the whole time. Then he was mad at me in front of the whole class.
He was like, why did you let me do that?
Ugh. I wanted to throw up.
Of course. Well, and then
Got the new 5-star notebooks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Yep. Those are. But they're not Lisa Frank.
Mm-mm. No. What could be better than a rainbow-colored cat on your folder?
For real.
With sparkles.
And I was obsessed with stickers. Like, I had a sticker club.
Did you have a sticker book? Do you remember those?
I did. And we would trade them. Like, baseball cards. I don't know. Maybe that was a thing for girls. And the same with, like, pencils. And, like, you would find all these, like, really cool pencils. Cool pencils. And then my mom saved all of it and gave it to me.
Do you still have it now?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you need to bring it here. We can do a show and tell. Do it. Bring it. Bring it.
Ridiculous.
You guys, our back to school episode of this will feature Paige showing off her school supplies from when she was a child.
Maybe the week. We do have something special right before school starts. So maybe that week.
I think that's the perfect week.
Yeah. No. And then going back to like nicknames and stuff, like in school, like Paige is easy, but nobody was gonna say that. Like I got called chapter, book,
Are you
paging
serious?
page. Like you're just like, yeah, you're original.
So cool. I bet at least your initials weren't B.O. like mine were.
Mine were PP. So, and I dated a guy whose name was, his initials were TT. So.
GB and TT. Oh, that's so good.
Oh, the jokes.
Well, you feel my pain then. It's like when I got married to Brian Campbell with a K, and people were like, "You gonna change your name?" Yeah, sure am. I prefer a BK
over BO.
Thanks, Mom. She's not listening today.
Yeah, you had a ton in the class. Well, that was like my first name, Ashley, but nobody ever called me that. Nobody.
I'm always interested about that. Not
I
just you
can
in
tell you the
general, but
story.
a lot of people who.
So my mom went to the hospital intending to call me. Now, let me go back a little bit. My mom had me at 19, and my dad was like 20, 21, and they had just gotten married. It was definitely a shotgun wedding, and
Definitely.
they were divorced by the time I was 6 months old. So I've never known them together and love them dearly, but could never see them together. And so anyways, we got to the hospital. My mom, they had picked out April Nicole, and the very smart male that my dad was said, "Oh, just like my ex-girlfriend." And my mom was like, "Oh, that's not what she's going to be called." And then instantly, one of my mom's best guy friends' name was Paige, and Pag, and then my grandmother picked Ashley, and nobody ever really talked to each other about it. Everybody assumed they would call me Paige instead of Ashley Paige. But that really messes you up.
Usually we need to write Ashley on stuff, right?
Well, I never did. Not in school. In any yearbook you look in, it never had Ashley Page.
Did it just say Paige?
Mm-hmm.
So like when you're...
But it's like when you get older and you go, especially the doctor's office or filling out paperwork and stuff like that. So
like Ashley. And you're like just reading your magazine,
yes.
like who's that?
So then when I was a travel nurse, that's when it really became popular to call me Ashley Page, because I would just have them put everything on the badge. And so I feel like that's like my medical world name. And then
legal documents are horrible.
Yeah. So
do you guys watch Nate Bargatze? Have you seen his stand-up comedy? The Tennessee Kid one?
Yes.
Okay. You know the part where he's talking about his name is like, it's Nathaniel on something, and then Nate, he goes by Nate, and then it said Nathan on something else, and he was at the airport, and they're like, "Oh, no, you can't, this is really a problem." And he's like, "Well, you can see the leap that we took to get here, right?" It's not like Ashley Page, like,
yeah.
No, I'm Paige. It's like Nathaniel and Nate, like, they go together.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Well, and people never, I always say this about like kids, well, and because you have a Kate, that's her name, Kate, and everybody always assumes it's something longer, because people are just going to call you what they want to call you.
They sure will.
Like Ruby is like
Brianna stuff.
The shortest name ever, it's Rubes. Why? This is 4 letters. His name is Ruby.
It is funny with names, though.
Oh, well.
Because I was, like, so dead set. Like, Kate is just Kate. We're only going to call her Kate. And people are like, "Oh, you're going to call her Katie." I'm like, "No, I won't. I totally call her Katie." And I call Max Maxie. Who does that? I was like, "Oh, no. No one
Everybody
will
loves
ever
a
say Maxie." Like, Maxie Pat. You gotta just add a little Maxie. Sounds so bad.
Oh. So now that we've bored y'all to tears with our shenanigans over here this Friday. Oh, I just spilled a lot of wine.
Nothing the Windex won't handle. I know about wine and Windex.
Yeah.
Takes it right out.
That's...
I think that's
now they
it.
gotta go clean. I think that's it.
Okay, well, we love you as
yes.
always. Thanks for sticking with us. What else?
Listen to us ramble, and we'll see you guys next week.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, workshop next Thursday.
If you've been toying with the idea, just message us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really think S should make the candles because he seems really interested usually.
It's true.
And you can name it whatever you want. You get to name your candle whatever you want.
Is a whole backstory.
It's my favorite part.
All right.
Okay.
We're going to let you guys go enjoy the
Love
weekend.
you.
It's beautiful out.
Bye. Oh.